if you're out there, but if you can hear me, I've made my way to a new place.
When State of Decay 2 first hit the scene, it was hampered by a litany of annoying glitches and bugs. The retooled Juggernaut edition does away with those nagging issues while also remastering the game's visuals and featuring all of its engrossing DLC. You and 3 additional post-apocalyptic remnants must band together to deal with incoming zombie hordes as a part of the game's Daybreak pack. Plus, you can choose to play State of Decay 2's main campaign with 3 extra survivors for even more zombified multiplayer thrills. What we have here is another one of the best survival games on PC that cater to fans of zombie-filled post-apocalyptic worlds.
Hello, micro friends. Great news! Virgil knows you might be a little homesick, but that can be repaired.
What if you were shrunk down to microscopic size and were forced to live a new life in your own backyard? That's the loaded question that Grounded asks of its player base. And the answers delivered thus far have been fascinating. The scaled-down youngsters running around this fun take on survival games must carefully manage their hunger, steer clear of dangerous insects, and uncover new sections of their new home. Crafting essential weapons, traps out of the resources you'll gather, and developing a mini-fortress is that much more fun with 3 friends close by. For old heads that remember films like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and A Bug's Life, Grounded will speak to your young souls.
Terminates your tiny existence.
Astroneer whisks players off to the deep reaches of space during the 25th century intergalactic age of discovery. You and your fellow Astroneers will explore 7 vast planets with different biomes where several tasks must be accomplished. Those tasks include using a deformed tool to reshape the very ground you walk on, and using all sorts of resources to craft vehicles' complex home bases. Up to 4 players can band together to do anything and everything they desire within a sandbox that allows for tons of creativity, rewarding exploration. For Starfield fans who have gotten the itch to play survival experiences set in space, Astroneer is a worthy choice for those on the lookout for the best survival games on PC. A boundless underwater world is at the heart of the amazing Subnautica, which will enrapture you thanks to its mastery of the best parts of survival games. After crash landing on an alien planet primarily surrounded by water, you'll need to spring into action as quickly as possible by making good use of the watery world you now call home. Take care of your diving gear, other tools that keep sea explorers safe, build underwater bases, come into contact with strange forms of wildlife, and get familiar with all the different biomes the ocean has in store for you. The big mystery that makes Subnautica infinitely more interesting than other survival games will definitely inspire you to see and do everything to find out why the game's alien planet is the way it is.
Of you. This was Sam's necklace. She never took it off.
Hello? Is someone there?
What is all this?
We're running out of time.
This isn't happening.
Rust throws you and a vast community of other survivors onto a map with one aim in mind: survive. You'll need to brave the dangers of the wild as you hunt animals for food, build yourself a home, and keep the elements at bay that can lead to your demise. You'll need to arm yourself well if you have any hopes of killing other players and coming out of the winning end of raids. Rust is a kill or be killed type of game that tests your survival skills to the fullest. Rust's procedurally generated worlds make sure you never know what's coming your way, so you'll need to stay on your P's and Q's every time you get dropped onto a new map. Another one of the best survival games on PC that'll keep you busy for months on end is the long-running Conan Exiles. Fans of Conan the Barbarian's legendary exploits will enjoy everything being presented here. After being saved from the famed warrior himself, you'll need to set out into a savage land and do great things now that you have every reason to keep on living. The exiled lands allow you to harvest resources, craft all sorts of useful items and gear, hunt, cook, eat, and build shelters. You can stay on the side of good the whole while or give in to the corruption tied to dark magic and wild incredible magic powers that'll turn you into a lethal adversary for your foes. Conan Exiles is the game that just keeps on giving thanks to its wealth of post-launch expansions. DayZ presents a familiar post-apocalyptic world to players where they not only have to deal with rabid zombies but also have to keep a close eye on the rest of the human population since they can screw you over in an instant. Since there's not a whole lot of resources to go around, you'll need to make a crucial decision every time you run into another player, join forces with them to build up your goods together, and take refuge in a secret base together or kill that player on the spot to make off with their precious cargo. Up to 60 players can inhabit DayZ's map and must do everything in their power to avoid the infected and humans with questionable behavior. Valheim presents you and 9 other players with the opportunity to become those famed historical warriors within a Norse mythology-inspired realm. You'll need to build Viking longhouses and bases on land, sail the high seas to discover other fascinating locales, and keep a variety of foes at bay thanks to an assortment of powerful melee weaponry. Valheim's many mechanics are incredibly deep, which attaches a fun layer of complexity to the game as a whole that will push you to pour hundreds of hours into it to understand them all. If you've already played The Forest, then we have a feeling you've done the same for its sequel Sons of the Forest. If that last game sounds unfamiliar to you, then here's a quick rundown of what you can expect when you finally play it. You're set on a remote island in hopes of locating and saving a missing billionaire. That mission won't be easy whatsoever since the cannibals inhabiting that island are looking to add you to their menu. Crafting, building, eating, and fending off those aforementioned crazies can be done on your own or right alongside a fellow co-op survivor. The great outdoors can be pretty terrifying, especially when the sun comes down and darkness blankets the wilderness you're inhabiting. Don't Starve throws you into a cartoony world where a scientist named Wilson must gather resources, craft items, and steer clear of harmful creatures due to the actions of a petty demon. Procedurally generated worlds offer a fresh experience every time, plus the Don't Starve Together expansion lets you and a co-op buddy fight for your survival as a team.